Yo, so we're back with another episode of Building Bridges, the series where we break down great R&B bridges as we attempt to save the bridge from its demise. Yes, I'm being dramatic, but here we're just showing ideas and frameworks that we can all use when we sit down to write. And as I'm learning these progressions for these lessons, I'm also edifying myself, so this is great. Anyways, you've been putting in your requests, and I was gonna do just one more Neptune's Bridge to make it a trilogy with Usher's I Don't Know, but then I remembered who was featuring, and yeah, we don't want to do that one, do we? But instead, let's do one by another iconic and requested duo, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, who happened to produce You Remind Me, which also has a very good bridge. Cool, we're in the key of G flat major or E flat minor, however you like to chop it up. But as always, I'll be calling the numbers from the major perspective, so G flat major in this case. And once again, we're going to start with the chorus so we can better understand the transition into the bridge. I've also had a few requests to add a keyboard graphic, so here it is. Just comment below and let me know if you prefer it with or without the graphic, and also add any bridge requests you may have. The chords for the chorus and verse are really simple, just 3 chords, and we start here on the 6 with an E flat minor 11, and we're adding the 11th for warmth. You can leave it out and play a 7 here if you want. And then we move to the 2 with an A flat minor 7, and then the 3 with a B flat minor 7, and this repeats. Super simple. So let's head straight into the bridge and then we'll break it down. So unlike the verse and chorus where we start on the 6, the bridge starts on the 2. Once again, following the framework of starting the bridge on a different chord. It's pretty standard and most effective. Here we're playing the same A flat minor 7 from the verse and chorus. So you should know the chord already. A flat, E flat, G flat, B, E flat. This next move, however, is probably the main takeaway from this lesson, and the move you might want to take and implement into your own bridges. So here we move to the 3 like we did in the verse, but this time we're playing a dominant 7 sus4. In this case, a B flat dominant 7 sus4. B flat, F, A flat, B flat, E flat. We then stay on the 3, this time playing a B flat dominant 7. B flat, F, A flat, B flat, D. And then finally arrive back at the 6 with an E flat minor 7. And here I'm playing an E flat, E flat, B flat, D flat, E flat, G flat. So let's hear that one more time. Cool, so remember in the first entry to the series, in the first video, I said that the bridge often offers up some sort of revelation, summation, or declaration. In this third and final verse, Usher is expressing his almost anguish that he really likes this girl and he knows it's not fair, but he just can't separate her from this other woman who did him dirty. He wants to, but for those reasons, he just can't be with her and it's uncomfortable. But there's a synergy here with the music. And I'm not sure if the lyrics or the music came first in this particular situation, but they're working together with the use of this suspended chord. Suspended or sus chords are amazing tools in creating that tension and release we've spoken about so often in this series. You might look at suspended chords as a tool to delay resolution, and that is true. But I also like to think that to suspend is to pull something away from its original position, with it wanting to return. When we play a sus4, we're playing the root B flat and perfect 5th F in these examples, but instead of playing the major 3rd D, which would create our B flat major chord, we've pulled the major 3rd up 1 semitone, and now we're playing the perfect 4th instead, sus4. However, it wants to return home. It wants to revert back to that major 3rd. And that's what the song does, albeit adding the dominant 7, A flat to the chord. However, it's that major third that we resolve to that creates that leading tone back to the E flat of our E flat minor chord. So playing that suspended chord first kind of just drags out the movement and adds to the emotion. And staying on the 3 for those 2 chords really adds impact. I think in the actual record, the bass might go to the D, but we might stay here with the B flat. Who knows? There's a lot you could actually do here. You could even play a 2-5-1 here if you wanted to. But by the way, if you're looking to learn more R&B chord progressions with movements like this, then check out my chord pack with PDF chord charts that you can print and MIDI and Apple loops that you can drag and drop into your sessions if you want to look at things and tweak things that way too. Cool, let's move on. We've stayed here long enough. Once we've landed back on our 6, E flat minor 7, we then do a similar move, this time moving to the 1 with a dominant 7 sus2. G flat, dominant 7 sus2 in this example. G flat, G flat, A flat, D flat, E. And once again, this suspended chord, this time a sus2, sets us up to resolve back to our major chord. Again, you can hear it adding to the emotion. In the record, we go from the G flat dominant 7 sus2 to a G flat major. However, it also sounds good if you add in the 6 here, giving it a bit of extra warmth and making this a G flat 6. The cycle then repeats, moving back to the 2, 3, 3, 6. And this is where we begin our exit out of the bridge. And this one's an interesting one. At first it feels like it doesn't really smoothly transition back into the chorus like other tracks we've looked at so far, but it does, just in a different way. First we have this upwards progression with the vocals rising in concert. It would be great if I could play this for you, but obviously we're on YouTube. So I'll just play the chords. 6, 7, 1, 2. 6, E flat minor 7, E flat, E flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, 7, D flat over F, 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 D flat, F, A flat, 1, G flat, G flat, G flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and then we end on the 2 with a D flat over A flat, A flat, A flat, D flat, F, A flat, which is then held completely unresolved whilst the vocals do their thing. And then there's this run back into the verse, something like that, and it's pretty much just vocals and strings at that point transitioning back into the chorus. But it's very original and very musical, and I expect nothing less from the GOATs Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Alright guys, that's another Building Bridges episode. If you haven't seen the other 2 videos before this one, be sure to check those ones out. I've been Stefan, and as always, happy beat making.